If you're moving to Central Florida and still don't know where you are going to live, this video here is made for you. Today, we're gonna talk about the 10 most popular neighborhoods in Central Florida, and I scored them from 1 to 10 based on 4 categories. Category number 1, school ratings. Category number 2, safety. Category number 3, price to value ratio. And category number 4, lifestyle. So stick with me until the end, grab your copy of this scorecard, and let's dig into it. But before, if you prefer something more tailored, something more personalized for your needs, your family needs, feel free to click on one of the links in the description below. Let's book a 30-minute strategic session so I can help you decide where to move, where to live next, and love where you live, of course. All right? So now let's dig into this. All right, so as you can see here on the screen, I'm gonna put up the master ranking table for us to discuss one by one, from 10 to number 1. Now let's walk through the top 10, okay? I'm gonna give you the 5 headlines for each community for you, what it does best, what the trade-off is, and who it's actually the right fit for, all right? So let's start with Apopka, number 10. My score for Apopka was 80 out of 100. Apopka has come a long way. Schools are in the high B range and improving. Safety is very solid, and value is genuinely strong, especially in the newer communities when it comes to 429. And the trade-off is commute time to the eastern employment corridors. All right, so if you work near downtown or Lake Nona, you're adding real drive time. But for buyers who work in the Northwest Corridor in Orlando or from home, Apopka is one of the most underrated value plays in this market right now. Number 9, St. Cloud. Score for St. Cloud, in my opinion, 82 out of 10. And St. Cloud earns high marks for value and safety, and it's growing really fast. Schools there are solid, but not yet at the A-tier levels you're gonna find further north, all right? So the lifestyle score reflects that amenities are still catching up to the population growth. That said, if you're buying in St. Cloud in 2026 and holding for 5 to 7 years, St. Cloud trajectory is one of the most compelling appreciation stories in Osceola County. Number 8, Hunters Creek. Score in Hunters Creek is going to be 84 out of 100. Hunters Creek is an established master planned community in Orange County with A-rated schools, a strong safety record, and a central location that gives it excellent value on the commute side. It doesn't have the new construction shine of some of the communities above it on this list, but that's also why prices haven't run away. All right. So resale buyers looking for good schools and community infrastructure without paying that luxury premium, Hunters Creek is constantly in that conversation. Number 7, Horizon West. Score there 85 out of 100. Horizon West is one of the fastest growing master planned areas in all Central Florida. Schools there are excellent. Safety is super high, and the lifestyle, infrastructure, town centers, park, walkable retail is genuinely impressive for a community still being built out. Where it takes a small hit is value. New construction pricing has moved up sharply, and HOA and CDD fee loads in certain neighborhoods as well. So know your numbers before you fall in love with a model home. All right. And number 6, Celebration. I know most people that I talk to love that neighborhood, but my score there is 86 out of 100. Celebration is in a category of its own aesthetically. The architecture, the town center, the sidewalks, right? It genuinely feels different from anywhere else here in Central Florida. Schools there are A-rated. Safety, I don't even have to say, it's excellent. And lifestyle is a 9.0. The conversation around value is more nuanced. You are going to pay a premium for the address, okay? HOA fees reflect the level of community maintenance that makes it look the way it does, all right? And for buyers who value walkability and a specific lifestyle above all else, Celebration delivers nicely. But go with eyes very open because of the total cost of ownership, okay? Now, let's rank all of them from 5 to 1. Let's talk about the top tier, in my opinion, here in Central Florida. Baldwin Park, my score there, 87 out of 100, because Baldwin Park is one of Orlando's most beloved urban neighborhoods. You got A-rated schools, excellent walkability, a vibrant town center, and one of the strongest safety profiles in the metro area. The trade-off, however, is going to be price. Baldwin Park is not a value play. Inventory is limited, prices are firm, and competition is real. But for buyers who want closest thing to a true walkable neighborhood in Orlando, this is a benchmark, all right? And long-term appreciation here has been consistently strong. Windermere, the mansions, right? You're always going to see huge houses right there. And in my opinion, Windermere scores 88 out of 100. Windermere sits in the top tier on lifestyle and schools. And the lakefront living that is going to define parts of its community is genuinely difficult to find anywhere else here in Central Florida. It's just beautiful, right? The value score is where Windermere gives ground. This is a premium market and buyers need to be ready for that. But if lifestyle, prestige, and school quality are the primary drivers, Windermere belongs in every single conversation, okay? Lake Nona. To me, one of the best neighborhoods ever here in Central Florida. Score there, 89 out of 100. Lake Nona is the fastest evolving master planned community in Central Florida. You've got the medical city, the sports campus, the restaurant and retail scene, the infrastructure, and it's building towards something that I believe will look extremely smart in 10 years. Schools there are A-rated, safety super high as well, and lifestyle is growing rapidly. Where it scores slightly below the top 2 is on value relative to what you're paying for. Lake Nona pricing has run hard, and buyers need to evaluate the price to value proposition carefully, all right, at current entry points. So please keep that in mind if Lake Nona is in your bucket list, all right? Number 2, Oviedo. To me, this is the best kept secret neighborhood in the entire Central Florida. Super underrated, but you will see why I scored it as number 2. Oviedo has some of the highest grade schools ratings in all Seminole County. It's a safety profile that is among the best in the metro area, all right? And a price to value ratio is still in 2026 represents genuine value compared to the communities around it. The lifestyle of their score is strong and improving as Oviedo on the Park continues to develop. If I am moving my family to Central Florida and my budget is a real consideration alongside school quality, Oviedo is my first community and I will put it in front of everything else, okay? And now, drums. Number 1, score 92 out of 100. Winter Garden. A+ school ratings. The highest lifestyle score on this list. Anchored by one of the best downtowns in the state. strong value relative to what the community delivers, and of course, a safety profile that inspires real confidence. But remember, Winter Garden is not free of trade-offs, all right? Growth pressure on the western side is super real. Traffic on 429 during peak hours is a conversation we need to have, okay? But when I run this scorecard with a relocating family and they ask me where I would point them first, more often than not, the answer is going to be Winter Garden. All right, so I want to step back a little bit from this scorecard first and let you know a couple things, okay? Every decision you make is personal, and it has to be based on your lifestyle, your job, your commute, and your family needs, okay? So no matter what I put together here for you is just going to be a starting point, a map for you to take a look, read through it, make your own decision, and go for the best option for your personal needs, okay? And again, if you need more assistance, if you need someone in your corner to help you make the best decision for your family, feel free to reach out. It only takes 30 minutes for me to understand your situation and help you navigate the real estate market here in Central Florida. Link is in the description below, all right? Now, let's talk about numbers. What I'm gonna do for you next is I'm gonna break down the cost of living in the most popular areas here in Central Florida. So you have one more piece of content for you to evaluate and see if that fits your pocket, all right? Now, so let's talk top tier communities first, the ones that scores between 88 to 92. Winter Garden, Windermere, Oviedo, Lake Nona, and Baldwin Park. If you get the price range between $500,000 to $900,000 for a 4-bedroom family home, here is the cost component on the lower end and the high end. And the estimated total monthly cost ranges between $3,600 to $4,300 on the lower end for a $500,000 home, or $6,500 to $7,700 on the high end for a house priced at $900,000. Now, if we get the mid-tier, Horizon West, Celebration, Hunters Creek, and St. Cloud, where scores range between 82 to 87, the price range for those communities are between $380,000 to $650,000 for a 4-bedroom family home. And let's use the same numbers, okay? So for principal and interest, we're talking $2,158 on the low end and $3,690 on the high end. And the estimated total monthly cost when we are considering everything, the range on the low end is going to be from $2,700 to $3,300, and on the high end, we're talking $4,700 to $5,500. And now an important disclosure. These figures use an assumed 10% down payment, 6.5% interest rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage, and your rate will vary. HOA and CDD figures are ranges as well, okay? So you always need to verify those specific numbers before you make an offer. And this is it. What are your thoughts on this ranking? Do you think they made sense for you? Do you think they made sense for your family, for your expectations? Please let me know in the comments below. And again, if you need something more tailored to your specific needs, link is in the description below, okay? Just hit that button, schedule a 30-minute call with me, and let's make sure you love where you live, all right? My name is Pedro with eXp Realty. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you enjoyed this scorecard, and I'll see you next time.